What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid News Now. Lots to talk about today, from Batman's role in Suicide Squad potentially revealed by a new report, Black Panther characters revealed in a massive new casting call if true, and finally we'll round out the day by talking a little bit about a Jessica Jones character that's making her way over to Iron Fist. But first up, let's start over in the DCEU. We saw him in the trailers and we've heard rumors about his role in the movie for months, but finally we may have some concrete details about Batman's role in Suicide Squad. And this report comes to us straight from BatmanNews.com. So take it with a little grain of salt, but there could be potential spoilers ahead, so click away if you don't want to know. Their sources confirmed to them that Batman has a number of scenes in the film, but that he doesn't really cross paths with the squad as a whole and doesn't really interfere with their mission. Reportedly, Ben Affleck's Batman has 2 scenes with Will Smith's Deadshot, both an emotional encounter and then a flashback sequence. But he's also got that chase scene that we've seen a little bit of in the trailer, and reportedly that scene ends with Joker's Lambo crashing into the water and Batman has to dive in and save her from the sinking car. Reportedly, that also explains how Harley winds up in jail in the first place, where Waller comes to find her. And honestly, I kind of like the sound of this. I'm glad Batman's not just in one scene, but I'm also glad that he's not really the star of the show and he's not really in every scene in the movie. I do think this movie is a Suicide Squad movie. It needs to be about the squad first and foremost, but having Batman show up in there after his popularity in Batman v Superman, kind of a good way to go. But of course, let me know your thoughts down below, and if there's a scene that I didn't mention that you want to see, let me know in the comments section. On to our next story. A casting call, if true, could have revealed a ton of major characters for 2018's Black Panther film. The character list comes to us straight from moviecastingcall.com, a source that has actually been pretty spot on with some Marvel films in the past. Nevertheless, of course, take this with a huge grain of salt. A few of these are not confirmed yet. First up, Ulysses Klaue, played by Andy Serkis, who we last saw in Age of Ultron. Second, Monica Lynn, a singer and love interest who saved T'Challa from drowning after being beaten by Killmonger in the comics, and this is probably the most likely role for Lupita Nyong'o. Everett Ross, of course, played by Martin Freeman in Civil War. Ngassi, one of T'Challa's advisors and regent when he is away from the kingdom. Okoye, one of T'Challa's bodyguards in the Dora Milaje. Queen Divine Justice, a former Dora Milaje and queen of the Jabari tribe. W'Kabi, T'Challa's loyal second-in-command. Zuri, an elderly warrior that was close with T'Chaka and now advises T'Challa. Reverend Achebe, a diabolical enemy of T'Challa's who actually sold his soul to Mephisto and sows civil unrest for profit, or just entertainment. Eric Killmonger, a powerful enemy of T'Challa both physically and strategically. Malice, a former Dora Milaje and mutate with superhuman strength and speed. Man-Ape, another villain who's the second greatest warrior of Wakanda and ally of the White Gorilla cult. And White Wolf, Black Panther's adopted brother and another villain that was the leader of the Hatut Zeraze, the Wakandan secret police. And honestly, while Black Panther is my most anticipated movie on the Marvel slate, next to Doctor Strange, of course, that comes out later this year, this is a metric ton of villains. And yeah, a lot of them could be cameos, but the fact that they're highlighting so many of them, maybe sowing the seeds for potential sequels, but still, I'm getting some bad vibes if there are that many in there. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to quiet that down because I do have faith in the Marvel Brain Trust, and I have faith in Ryan Coogler, and I don't think he'd let this film slide into that kind of territory. But let me know what you think about this list of characters. Are you excited? Do you think most of the villains are going to be cameos? And most important comment question of the day, is there one villain on this list that you'd like to see be the main bad guy? Personally, I think Michael B. Jordan, since he is apparently going to be the villain, would be a great Killmonger or White Wolf, but we'll have to wait and see. And in our last story of the day, a major character from Jessica Jones is making her way over to the world of Iron Fist. Yep, Carrie-Anne Moss will be reprising her role as high-profile lawyer Jerry Hogarth. And honestly, this makes a lot of sense. I mean, in the comics, she was always more of a supporting character for Iron Fist anyways, and it was kind of surprising to see her start out in Jessica Jones to begin with. But the head of Marvel's television division, Jeff Loeb, has already given us some details on how she'll be used in this show. So let's take a look at his quote. Danny Rand lives in the highest stratosphere of New York's business society, and he's going to need a ruthless lawyer to help him navigate this alien world. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to bring Carrie-Anne Moss as Jerry Hogarth into Marvel's Iron Fist. And this is really interesting because it sounds like she'll be kind of more of a friend than a foe, which honestly I'm not sure how I feel about, because in Jessica Jones, for example, she was a lot more self-centered and was pretty much just using Jessica Jones for her own gain, and it really kind of slipped into enemy territory towards the end of the season when she started doing even more things for her own self-interest, and it kind of backfired on her. So honestly, I kind of think she's going to be maybe mooching off Danny a little bit and really using him for her own self-gain, but let me know what you think in the comments section below. So that brings us to the end of another Hybrid News Now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider supporting us on Patreon for access to all sorts of exclusive goodies that will be rolling out very, very shortly. So signing off, this is CJ, and I'll catch you tomorrow.